Hi friends, this is Caitlin. Sorry that this is moving. I left my phone holder thing at work, and so you're resting with I'm holding you, but you're also resting on my cup. I just felt weird not seeing you face to face, at least at the start of the video. So here we are. We're ready to go. This is Caitlin. I am so excited to be here with you with Pink and Main. Tonight, we're going to be doing a very fun 3D pop-up card, and it's going to be good. I believe it was Gail had requested the pop-up envelope die set, and I don't know why I thought it was gone. Maybe it was just out of stock for a minute, but it's available on the website. So we're going to be using it, and I wasn't sure what to pair with it. And then BFF Brennan made a request for the planter friends to come back to make a return. So we have a double request mashup tonight, and I think it's going to be really, really cute. So let me go ahead and switch over to the desk view so I can have my other hand back. There we go. But at least you get to see that it's really me. I'm here. All right. Okay. Um, let's see. I'm gonna do our little rundown while we make sure everybody who needs to find us can find us. So I did see Gail checking in early, as well as Linda. Mom's here. Let's see. I see E checking in from Michigan, Karen and Kelly. Elizabeth, I'm so excited you caught alive. That makes me so happy. I see Lisa checking in, Virginia, Michelle. Let's see. Robin's here with us, checking in from Texas tonight. Miss Judy's here. Kathleen, Lori. Perfect. I think I'm caught up. All right. And Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. So, again, here's a better look at all of the things. We're going to be making one of the envelope pop-up die cards. And we're going to pop in some little planters into it. I think it's going to be super cute. Kind of how this has like the flowers, we can make our own little like shelf of planters and maybe even some on the bottom. I am going to try to do Olos because I said that I would, but we're probably going to have to do like 2 color blends maybe because there just isn't a ton of room on these. But I did say on Tuesday that I would use Olos today. So we're going to try. I have some Ice Rink white cardstock, and I have my Fun Basics pattern paper. I thought this would work really well for our envelope, like the colors that we put on the front and then the back. So, hey, Diana, and Miss Jackie Ann is checking in. That's all right. Let's cut out our die, pop-up die pieces first. So let's organize, right? This is the back. This is how we decorate the back. This is the front. And these 3 are how we decorate the front. This is a banner for our sentiment. And this is the shelf that goes in the middle. See how easy that was to split it all up? So I guess we should pick now what colors, what pattern paper we want to use inside our envelope and on the front. I kind of like the idea, like on the packaging, of 2 different colors, a different one for the inside versus the outside. Um, I love this yellow, but I'm thinking like the green dot could be fun too. I like the green dot. I think that'll look really cute with the planter stuff. And then, I don't know. Guess I have to pick like an actual color. See, maybe the teal. Teal and green. That could be really cute, right? Let's try that. Let's do a little cool tone teal and green color combo today. Hey, Jody. Okay, set that aside. Okay, so I guess let's trim down some of our ice rink. First two. Sorry, I moved this light and now having a hard time getting it to give me the light I need on the desk without shining, like reflecting it off that glass. Yeah. Because my Sizzix Big Shot is only 6 inches across. We're gonna have to put these into a couple pieces. For the back. We're gonna need a little banner of white. We can go ahead and trim, like, die cut the banner now too, and we can stamp on it later. And then I think I want the inside of my envelope to be the teal. And outside pieces in green. Hey, Pam. Oh my gosh, my kids and I were looking up magic tricks on TikTok earlier, trying to do magic tricks for my husband. It was so funny. I've been doing little sleight of hand and like forced choice kind of magic where you can like, make somebody pick what you want them to pick out of like options. Working at the haunted house with my dad my whole life. But I assumed that I would be much better at a magic trick that I had only attempted once before I showed my husband, and I was very sadly mistaken. But it was funny. So, hey, Darcel. Glad you could make it. Is my girl Harper with you? Hey, Brennan. I told everybody when I jumped in that you're the one that picked out the planter friends to go with the envelope pop-up dies that are in fact in stock as we speak. I just checked right before I scheduled the live, so I don't know why I had that confused. Maybe, didn't you guys say that the envelope pop-up die was in the mystery box? Maybe that's why I assumed it was discontinued. That's pretty cool if she gave away something that's still in stock, just like active live product. But also, if you got it in that mystery box, I'm extra excited. Give you even more inspiration on how to use it. Hopefully next week I will, well, definitely at some point next week, I will have the new monthly subscription um, sets, but I'm not sure that I'm going to have them on Tuesday. So, fair warning that Tuesday will either be Stampin' Die of the Month or um, we're going to do some other fun mashup, something, maybe a little throwback Halloween um, in celebration of August. And then Thursday will either be all of the subscriptions or just the foils, right? If we do the stamps on Tuesday, we'll do just the foils on Thursday. And then the week after that, that's what I'm actually trying to warn you about. I I will be, oh, that's sneak peek week, the 12th and the 14th. The new release, the August release comes out on the 15th. It's always the third Friday. So it's a quick one this month because tomorrow is the first Friday, right? So I didn't realize that I'm going to be traveling on that Thursday, the night before the August release. So Libby and I were talking, and we want to try something different. Instead of me trying to do like Monday, I can't do it after, like I can't do it that Friday. So it'd have to be Monday. Um, and we really want to, I don't know, like keep all the excitement towards the release. So I'm going to try pre-recording a video to have it scheduled as a premiere at 8:30 that night, that Thursday night before the release, to make a project and share the sneak peeks with you. And I'll be in the chat of the premiere. So like the video will go live and it'll be like airing live. We can all watch it together. I'll be in the chat. I just won't be able to like film where I am. And that way you can still see some sneak peeks and we can chit chat and all be together. I think that'll be fun. So we're going to try that. And if we don't love it, we'll know for next time. But I think it's going to be, um, I think it's going to be good. Virginia, that's how I feel. Where did the month go? Yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was 4th of July. So like, how is tomorrow, August 1st? But then the release is, like I said, extra early just because how the calendar weeks fall for August. I did just see the sneak peeks um, of the August release, and I'm very happy. Like very, 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 very happy. Was already begging Michelle to pop in some extra of the pattern paper packs. There's more than one this time. I need extra of both. It's going to be a really great month of card making. I also told Libby there's probably going to be some extra videos on my channel in August with some of the release because there's so much stuff that I'm absolutely in love with that I'm probably not going to get to it all and the amount that I want to. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Let's go ahead and attach our decorative panels. I'm going to go in with my Pink and Main glue tube and just kind of, it gets that nice little lip on it. Can I compare that envelope back to an A2 card? No, 100, I will. Yes, sorry, I answered that in the wrong way. 100% I will compare it for you, and 100% it fits in an A2 envelope. I literally have a stack of them here under my desk. Hold on. The point is a little close, but it does fit. These are regular standard A2. Where's our card from the other night? Here's my B card from Tuesday, right? That's an A2 envelope. It fits in there. This obviously, once we fold these up, it fits. It fits in there. So the across part is exactly the same. The width is exactly the same as an A2. So don't worry about that. It will fit. And once these are folded, it will also fit, right? Like the main piece is a little smaller so that when you like shift it um, to the side to make it flat, it fits perfectly. And I'll show you at the end. I'll leave this envelope out and I will show you it in the envelope when we're done. Thank you for the question. Also, hi, Rosie. Thanks, Lisa. This was my first time trying this nail color. I really like it. I gotta go a little neutral before I, get all into my Halloween nails, whatever shenanigans I'm gonna come up with next. Let's see, it looks like I missed Helene too. Hey, girl. Um, okay, I think I'm caught up. If I'm not caught up, I'm sorry. Um, oh, I missed it. What exciting thing? Oh, I see Maria. Hey, Maria. Kathleen's got babies in the family. Oh my goodness. I love a baby. We had a baby visitor at work yesterday. Baby visits are my favorite. I'm done having babies, but I had mine early enough that now all my other friends, people my age, are still having them or having their like lasts, like their last, it's my last baby. Um, I don't feel like I had them early in general, my girls, but I had them much earlier than all of my friends and coworkers. So, okay, these triangles, this gets me every time. You can see there's a point and a flat, like little notch. The notch goes to the top. Okay, same thing with this one. There's a point and a point, and then that little weird flat bit that goes to the top. Every time I have to stop and think about it. But I also don't remember if I told you guys, I got to meet sweet little baby Bon Bon. Do you remember that puppy card that we made with the planter dies? I got to meet the little baby Italian greyhound, Bon Bon. Emily brought her into work to meet us a couple weeks ago. She was also very sweet. Not my preferred type of baby at work, but a very good baby. And yes, I do work in a very unique office where puppy and baby, and I even took my chicks, the baby chicks there one day when they were little. So we have a very unique office space. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to assemble the full thing yet. I don't think, but that's how our envelope's going to look. And then we'll put our little shelf in. But I want to leave the shelf out for right now until I decide, you know, until I'm ready to commit with all of our little bits. So let's go ahead and get our planter friends ready. Let's see, I had some cardstock left. It is a great place to work, right? It's a little, my job specifically can be a little stressful because sometimes social media can be hard to quantify as far as like contribution to sales. versus like community and like engagement. Um, but in general, it is a great place and I am very lucky. I worked in a very corporate, cold, like sales job before this. And so it's a very nice place to be. Okay, I guess I should test to see how these are going to line up. And Brennan's out here working on a Christmas card. You crazy. I like that one. I'm also thinking about some of them, like I said, down here at the bottom. I think some of the taller ones in here could be good. Right, like a little giraffe. We can always kind of shift them on the little like shelf we're gonna make too. If I need to, we can just pop some of them up a little higher. And I also am thinking that I might want one of these little bees. There's little bees in this set, like on a tiny piece of acetate. I think we might need a little flying floating bee. And then maybe a cat on the side and a penguin on the side. Every indoor plant owner I know never just has like one house plant. You know what I mean? It's always like 27 houseplants all crammed into one shelf. Or like any shelf that has plants, the entire shelf is full. So that's the vibe, I think, for our envelope. It's just like maximum plant. I can only have indoor plants at work because then I see them every day and they get watered every day. Well, not every day, they get watered regularly. I cannot have inside plants at home because I will not remember to water them ever. And the garden, I get help from the rain. So if I forget a day here or there, most of the time, it's okay. And I am stamping on Ice Rink. No, I'm stamping, yeah, I'm stamping on Ice Rink. So because we're going to use our Olos, not Copic Express It. To me, the Olos kind of bleed on the Copic paper, where the heavier weight um, Ice Rink holds up much better. We're going to go in with our Asphalt Ink. That's the same whether we're using Copic markers or Olos. Probably help if I did a better job at actually physically stamping them, huh? Oh, that's good. I think one more. Some of these I hadn't used before. See the difference. Oh, Lisa, half of them are orchids. My mom is so jealous of me right now. My mom loves orchids, but we are not the best, the two of us, at keeping them alive. I was gifted African violets at work. I don't even, maybe last year for my birthday. And It was three of them, which I didn't realize at first, in one very small planter. So I since split them up. They're already starting to outgrow the containers they're in. I need even bigger ones because they're doing really well, which is nice. And I had to give one to my mom because I didn't have space on my, like next to my desk. I think I want to stamp my sentiment in Lakeside ink because it's going to go on the front, but it's going to tie in with our back teal color. Ooh, and I'm going to try to hand free stamp this. Ooh, you know, that's not my strong suit, but sometimes your girl just feels a little wild. Look at it. Got a little like, there's like a little thing on the stamp. That one's not my fault. I'm gonna try that again. I should have checked this. That's okay. I have another script. Let me cut another banner. That happens. That's life. It's just paper. Let me cut another. Also, I feel like this banner's a little big for this, but I like that with all of the pattern going on, it's going to be very easy to read. So, perfect. Perfect. Wahahaha. No, Brennan, sometimes I like to live like when I was just a baby card maker in my first days, trying to figure out how to free stamp images and having them never, I could never get them to look great. I was not good. I know there are plenty of people that can handle free stamp, just not one of them. Okay, let's break out some Olos, color some, okay, okay. Oh yeah, African violets are fun. I really like them. I thought it was gonna be way harder to keep them alive. So far, I've been doing pretty good. I think let's just color all of our green things now. And I'm, like I said, I'm gonna try to do some two color blends for this because we don't have a ton of room. And I kind of like this style. I see it a lot on TikTok with alcohol marker coloring, where it's not, I don't want to go for like a structured stripe, but it is kind of like coloring with like a band of color. So that was YG25. Then we're going to go to YG23. And fill that in. It doesn't, it's not giving me contrast. Oh dear. Scratch that. We're going to swap out to a darker green for that stripe part. And I'm going to be really careful to use the least amount of ink that I can. I'm choked up all the way. on the end of my pen, right? I'm right by the nib. That's going to give me the most control over the pressure and the amount that my marker is touching my paper. Diane, no, that's why they're great. African violets don't need a lot of light. They love indirect light. And my desk at work, all of our desks are right along these giant windows, but we're on the back of the building, so we never get direct light. And they're so happy. I really like that combo. That turned out good. That was really just the YG 1.6, oh, hello, and the YG 2.3. I like that. We're not going to use that for all of them, but we are going to use it at least one more time. These two are going to be on the bottom. This one I had in the middle. So let's put them in the middle. And then I have succulents at work. That's all I can handle. African violets, because they were gifted to me and I couldn't let them die. And then succulents that I only have to water once every couple weeks. Okay, there's some greens. Yeah, Lisa, exactly. I love the succulents. Melissa, I love, first of all, hello. Second of all, I also love this stamp set, but this one specifically for today was a request from Brennan. So if you're happy that I'm using it today, that is all Brennan. And then I'm pretty sure it was Miss Gail who requested the envelope pop-up die. Say some YG, or nope, some G 5.3. I'm just going to color the whole leaf for this little cat. There's just not any room there for she. And that would be true whether I was using Copics or Olos, I think. But yeah, where normally I would put my darker shade through the center, right, where that like major like vein is running through the plant, the leaf. It's kind of fun to try this other style where it's more like a band of color. But yeah, Brennan, penguins also live in like Africa, so I still think you're not winning the Christmas war here, bud. And Brennan can be pro Christmas all he wants, but he did in fact send me and my kids Halloween stickers that he made in the mail, and I got them today. So you can be all about Christmas to everybody else, but I know the truth. Out here making secret Halloween stuff. I just want like an extra little pop of this darker color. Here we go. All right, I think that's fun. And this green is definitely closer to our pattern paper green. So it'll be nice to have like a little variation. Okay, let's start over here and work our way over. Let's color in our B really quick. And just naturally goes to my coping side. A little blue, barely on his wings. A little Y. .2. And then I don't know if 2.3 is going to be, yeah, that's pretty good. Just add a little drop shadow to its back. We'll let those dry down completely and then come back in with our black once we're done everything else. But see if you can see. That yellow, see, gave just like a little shadow. That's okay. He's not super big anyway. For our giraffe, he's going to be yellow and brown. But I want to bring in like pops of the other colors like all over. So let's try BG.7 for like the space around him. And then a little BG.4. Again, holding my marker all the way at the end. Let's use those up here for our little penguin too. I think we sprinkle this color in a little all over, right? Like maybe that's like the one common thing linking in this whole little collection. I think I want my llama white, so we'll do our dots after. And we'll do this center part. And I'll just put this marker to the side for our little llama necklace beads, whatever that is. This back part here too. There we go. That'll be fun. That ties in really nicely to our other background. I mean, I think because of the little like antenna things, it's a giraffe. Um, if it didn't have those, I would agree, cow for sure. But I think that those thingies, they're not antenna, but you know what I mean. They're little like giraffe horns. I don't know what their real name is though. I think giraffes are like a dark yellow tan with like brown spots, right? I really need Olo to come out with those fine tip nibs sooner rather than later, just because I need one color per marker. Trying to find the markers I need is my biggest pet peeve. It's my only pet peeve, really, of my Olos. Okay, I guess we're doing these. I would have liked a darker yellow, but kidding. Just pretend I didn't do that, okay? 5G 2.3. And I know I'm going over everything. It'll be easier again for me to just let it dry and come back to the spots after. Color the little penguin nose while we're at it. All right, penguin is some cool gray number 9, which might as well be the black marker. And then 7. No, I don't think I'm going to need that anywhere else. And then I need to switch all the way up. Let's go with a little cool gray one. I'm going to add a little curved shadow on the right upper side and a little L shadow on the bottom left. Because again, these are planters, not animals. So it doesn't need all of the shading maybe that I would do normally. This thing is a frog. Yeah. If that's, I just saw something about, is it a frog? Let's look at the whole thing. I could be wrong, but cat, penguin, mushroom, dog, llama, frog, giraffe, bear. That's my vote. Yeah, there you go, Helene. Thank you. Antarctica, subantarctic islands, South America, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. Most of those are hot. We went to, with my mom last summer, to a little aquarium zoo thing on the boardwalk in Jersey, and they had penguins, and we learned all kinds of exciting stuff about the penguins there. And they were like in a very warm habitat, and they were like, you'll notice that it's very warm in here because these penguins are from Africa. All right, we're going orange cat energy for our little cat. So little O 2.7, and I'm going to jump to OR 1.6, which isn't a lot lighter. It's a little lighter, but it's mostly brighter. And that's funny. These colors with the teal collar are giving me a little Scooby-Doo vibe, even though it's a cat. It's kind of funny. I don't know that that's giving me all the contrast that I want it to. And that's when it's okay to just come in with an extra shot of that darker color. I like that pop, that really bold orange. That's fun. And we'll add in some highlights, right? Some eyes and some little highlights here and there. Hey, Sherry. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth, you can make them whatever you want. There's no rules. All right, for my spots and my little antler things, are they antlers? I'm gonna come in with the YO 2.7. And I'm not gonna blend, like I'm not adding other colors, we're just gonna do this. And I added that little shadow underneath. I'm gonna come back in with my original yellow. So it's not quite so harsh, but that's the giraffe done. All right, llama llama. Red pajamas, anybody? I'm gonna go YG, warm gray, for our little llama. And we'll add some smooth shading to the bottom and this back section, right? But up here, I'm going to kind of follow the curves that are already there for us. Let's jump up to a 3. Even like less bold. But hopefully then you'll be able to see these little kind of C shapes. Yeah, it kind of just gives them that fluffier look. I'm going to go back in with the white, the WG0, and just make sure there's not a harsh line here. But we're going to utilize that white of our paper and leave some white, especially through the center part here, so that it looks like a white line. This would be gray, but this other part down here, I guess would be brown for center. Just grab any brown. And while we're at it, let's add some brown to these little blocks, whatever that is. The real question is what color to make our, maybe like a darker YG, army green, because I don't want it to match the plants, you know? Virginia, the whole gray family is a little different. If you, when I'm done the frog, I'll do a quick swatch comparison for you, but they don't, none of them line up, in my opinion. But we'll look. I guess just more of the dark. I really don't want to bring in another color with the teal where I put it, you know? Cute, cute, cute. I got a little spot on his eye with the brown, but we can fix that with just a little white gel pen. Let's add some highlights, and then we can do a little color comparison. Oh no, don't do this to me now. Okay, need a new pen. He understands the job. Oh, yo, I put that away, didn't I? That was silly. Isn't the right color? Forgot I was supposed to keep it out. Go. There we go. That's pretty cute. And then one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. And then for real this time, we will do a little color. There we go. Okay. Um, okay, so here's like a Olo WG3 and WG5. Here is Copic W3 and W5. Again, I'm not positive how easy this is going to be to see. They're close, but they're not the same. Wow. Olo W3, 5. The Olos have just like a little bit more of like a green or like a gold almost to them, where the Copics are more like a gray. Um, yeah, I think it's so light, Helene, that you like can't even see it. Let's do another pot of something because I think that's what I picked was just like nothing. That was the 0.2 is a little better. And then the cool grays, especially in the lighter shades in the Olos, I'm doing them in the wrong order this time. I'm so sorry. Well, yeah, that's 3, and then that's 5. They're very purple. And I'm not saying that purple is a bad thing, but they are different, right? They are definitely different. But that's why I think it's cool to have, like, I'm happy that I have both. I know that isn't a thing for everybody, but they are not the same. It's not like you're wasting money if you have both. This is a C. Copic, cool, 3, and Copic, cool. Wow, writing is hard today. But compared, right, when you see them all lined up, the Olo cool grays are very purple, where the Copic ones are definitely a little more blue, right? So they're just different. And then there isn't a neutral gray in Olos. There's this RG, a red gray, and that's the 3 and the 5. She's very different. This is Copic neutral, and I don't have the toner grays. I don't own a single toner gray from Copic, so I can't show you those. But this is a Copic neutral 3, a Copic neutral 5, and an Olo red gray 3, red gray. So we got like a whole family of neutral colors, but to me, they do not all look gray. They're just different, right? Like these are just like a little more tan or like, I don't think golden is like the word, but like, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Okie dokie, let's cut out all of our things and finish assembling this card. We have this last little scrap of acetate that I cut something out of for my daughter's birthday card, but I think it has just enough that we can use it. This stuff is thicker than packaging. We're going to use that for our booth. Let's see. Or alpaca, whatever it is. But yeah, it's some in some ways it's frustrating that there aren't exact matches, but I think I'd rather they be unique than like Olo just copying Copic. I appreciate that their colors are a little different. And you guys know there are colors that I feel Olos fill in gaps in my Copics, especially in the purples. Sorry if me saying that is getting repetitive, but it's truly how I feel. If anything, I feel like I should be better about combining them. So much washi tape. Okay. Hey, Joy. She said I've been lurking in the background. I do that too sometimes, Joy. I'll jump into somebody's live and just like have it on either in the background or just while I'm chilling and like I don't even comment. I was in Brennan's Instagram live earlier, but I was like at work. I had it set up on my little stand like at my desk. Even though I wasn't talking, I was there. And of course he did Christmas. But I kept it on anyway. Come on. My washi is stuck and my nails aren't good enough to. Okay. Just needed a poke. I'm gonna have to keep practicing my magic trick. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys saw it. I shared it to my stories, and I think a couple other people, including Brennan, shared it to their stories yesterday. But I did a very silly like TikTok and Instagram reel for Bloom yesterday for this challenge. It's going around where you are in high heels, squatting, holding a pose on one foot, and you're supposed to make it like as hard as possible for yourself. So I was on our conference room table, standing or squatting on a stack of planners in 5-inch heels. Um, Holding of a piece of cake with a lit birthday candle, and oh, and I had a planner on my head and stickers in my hand, and like I was very impressed that I managed to hold that and balance. But I will tell you, I tried to do a second take, and that was not going to happen. Not. It was for sure a one and done filming experience because my shin immediately was like, oh, no, no, no. You are in fact 36. Like we're not doing this right now. All right, I'm gonna put my shelf. I have my little tab facing forward. So I'm gonna put the edge of my tab. I think it's easier if I kind of bend this in a little bit. And I'm gonna line those up. I'm gonna come in just a little bit inside of that spot and line up the bottom of my shelf with the bottom of my card. And then while I have everything pushed over to the left, I'm going to keep my tab pushed over to the left, and I'm going to close that tab, close the door. Listen, Brennan, I was very proud of myself. You said that I slayed it. Some people are also doing it with like editing, some like AI crap, okay? So it still counts. But doing it where you close the thing onto it instead of trying to line it up means that now you know it will close completely flat both directions. And I'm using the Easy Tear tape because it's so easy. It's so much neater than trying to do liquid glue. Um, Thank you very much, Joy. I most days don't feel very young right now. But you know, most of the other people trying the trend on TikTok are younger than me. So, especially in that world, I do not feel young. All right, we're gonna go in with our wider easy tear tape. We're gonna stick down this side. And then it doesn't matter which side you start on, but the same thing. I'm going to keep this pushed over, right? My panel's over to the right, my tab is to the right. And when I say that, I mean like this isn't this panel part, right? This tab is open and it's going to stay open to the right, right? This little line here, watch, doesn't fold. So everything's over to the right. We're going to line that up across the bottom and press it down. And again, that's how we make sure, instead of us trying to fold it all in the air, that's how we make sure that it folds both ways. Hi, hey, Allie. Don't listen to Brennan. Thanks, Elizabeth. He's joking. I know him well enough at this point to know it's all jokes. Okay, let's add a little double layer, or I guess two side by side pieces of our thin easy tear to our sentiment. The problem is, compared to Brennan, everybody's old. Oh, it's pretty good. Got a little squish, right? And we have our little shelf in there. Hey, Zoe. Counting snail mail. All right. In my vision, the llama was going to go in the middle. So let's do that. Add a little tape to our llama. And this stuff is just a little, the Easy Tear is just a little bit stronger, in my opinion, than Tape Runner anyway. So I'm adding him to the shelf, right? You can see he's kind of right in between. And Zoe, I agree. This is a great die. It was a request that we use it tonight, so we had to break it out. Okay, and I think our little frog, I think I'm going to add the frog to the actual envelope front layer. And I'm going to do that by adding a little of our Easy Tear to the side, sorry, to the side of the frog instead of the bottom. And sit like that. All right, so now we're like really playing with the dimension that's happening. Originally, I said I was going to put these guys on the front, but it could be fun to play with them like on the back. Just weird that they'd be floating, so probably not. But something to consider for sure. We'll do the giraffe on the back too, and then, oh no, because I want the bee coming up. Somebody might get the boot. Just shifting my llama over a little bit. I don't want it to take away from the bee. I think that's good. We'll put the giraffe just on the back teal envelope layer on the left, and then our bee will go on the right. And it's fine if he sticks up. As long as he doesn't come past this point, we'll be good. Just a smidge. I don't want you to be able to see the bottom of that base to see that he's like floating. There we go. All right, these little babies. Right. Cherries. I feel 90 sometimes. Some days I feel good, and then some days when I'm having like a flare, I just feel like absolute poop. Everything hurts. I have a hard time getting up, getting ready. Just getting dressed is like a pain in the butt some days. All right, I'm just gonna cut myself a little strip of this acetate sheet. Let's add some more easy tear just a bit. We're going to pop our bee. So basically making a little invisible support, right, for our bee. Now our bee can like fly around our card. Right, and I just think him like coming in to see what's going on is so cute. He's going to go on the middle shelf part. Mm, just got to get in here so that I can attach him to that shelf. There we go. There you go. He's coming to inspect. He wants to know what's going on. You heard there was a party and the planters, all the planter friends got together. He needs to know what's happening. All right, and so as promised, you can see it does fold to the side completely flat and into our A2 standard size envelope. Pretty flat, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty thin. And when you're sippy against it, they can pull it out. They just give it a little shift and you have that really fun dimension. Yeah, little planter parties. All right. It looks like you guys are loving it. I am a big fan. Thank you to my two requesters for your inspiration. Also, friendly reminder, especially for Rosie and the other planner people out there. Tomorrow is National Planner Day. If you want to share a planner spread, you can tag National Planner Day on Instagram or Bloom too, and I will reshare your things no matter what company you are sharing your planner stuff from, because National Planner Day is about loving and supporting all planner people and all companies that love planners. So right, they come together really quick. They're sold, and this die is very easy to put together in general. So this one took me a while. I gabbed, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I will be back here on Tuesday, either with um, either with the Stampin' Die of the Month or something else, but I will be back. I have another request. Yeah, just message me, Gail. But yeah, I will see you guys back here next week. I hope that you have a great weekend. Um, Rosie, I cannot wait to see your planner spread tomorrow. Everybody be safe and tell someone you love that you love them. And I will see you guys soon. Until next time, happy crafting. Have a good night, guys.